Hello and welcome to Bookish Brits. I'm Rex, and this month I'm going to be talking about two titles. The first one is from creators James Stewart and Kay Romney, and they've brought out another book in their DinoComics series. So this is the follow-up to Dinosaur Therapy. It's called Dinosaur Philosophy. It's just as quirky and funny and insightful and wonderful as the first book. I highly recommend it, and I was lucky enough to get this as a present. Definitely a wonderful addition to my bookshelf. Now, the second book is George Takei's They Called Us Enemy. A friend of mine recommended it to me, and it's based on a TED Talk that he gave a few years ago. I will put the link to the TED Talk in the description. It covers his childhood when him and his family were placed in an internment camp, which happened to many Japanese families during World War II in North America. It's told in a really pragmatic way, and I really like that. I'd never read a graphic novel biography before, so there was a lovely novelty in that. But the way he tells it, there are so many things in here that, as a modern reader, are objectively awful and should never have been allowed to happen. But he tells it in this sort of unemotional but pragmatic way that it's interesting to see how, as a child, you can normalize things that are terrible. And, he's bringing that hindsight with him to look back at the way his family behaved and other people he knew behaved and why they might have acted that way, as well as telling you the story. What I really like about it, it's not in colour. It's done in this sort of much more simplistic line drawing approach with shading. And I think that actually helps tell the story. It's sort of, it kind of feels like we're looking back in time as you're reading it. And I read it in one session, so you can read it in about 2 hours from cover to cover. And then you probably need another hour to just process what you read, because whether you know a lot about this period in history or you've never even heard of George Takei before, you don't have to be a Star Trek fan, by the way, to read this. It is deeply moving, and I think really important. The moment I finished, I wanted to talk to someone about this. And I see now why my friend recommended it to me, because I had so many questions and I did loads of reading and research afterwards. My only previous encounter with this topic is the book Snow Falling on Cedars, it was a hard read, but a really good read. And that was about 20 years ago that I read that. So it was interesting to have a very different take on it. And the fact that he is a child as well, you see it through his perspective. I just don't think I could recommend it enough. So go out and buy it, talk about it, think about it, and enjoy, well, as far as you can, enjoy the experience, because it is cerebral as it is beautiful, in terms of a genuine story. So that is all I have to say today. I will see you next month. I have no idea what I'm reviewing, but let's find out together. Take care. Bye.